Welcome back. We often hear cattlemen say that if you take care of the land, it will take care of your cattle. And that's really what this business is all about. Taking care of the land, keeping ranching families sustainable, and helping to feed a hungry world. Dow AgriSciences has recognized the best of the best as a longtime sponsor of the Environmental Stewardship Award program. And Dave, why don't we start with you? Tell us a little bit about the Environmental Stewardship Award program.
Well, it's the 21st anniversary of the award. It's been around for quite a while now. And it really celebrates the tie that the cattlemen have to the land that they steward. And that is a wonderful thing to celebrate. And we hope to be involved with this for many more years.
Well, I wanted to ask you, so why does Dow support it? And why do you think it's so important to recognize those people who are doing a real good job at environmental stewardship?
Well, it's a critical story that the public needs to hear about the industry. They always hear some of the negative things that go on, and we felt it was absolutely critical that they hear the good side of cattle production. Now, for the individual recipients, it's always great to hear you've done a good job. You know, when my 14-year-old mows the lawn and it looks good, I tell him, you did a good job. Yeah. And it also helps to serve as an inspiration for other cattlemen. They can look at some of these families and go, you know what, I can do just a little bit more, and that can be me as well. So that's why we like to be involved with it.
Very good. We're fortunate to have Jeff Smeenk here in the studio with us. He's one of this year's regional winners of the Environmental Stewardship Award. Cattleman to Cattleman reporter Scott Hoke recently had the chance to visit Jeff's operation in South Dakota to learn more about his stewardship practices.
Stretching across more than 7,000 acres, Center of the Nation Cattle Company is located just outside Newell, South Dakota. Their one-of-a-kind name comes from their unique geographic location.
Our place had the old Geographic Center of the Nation monument located on it, and that was with the addition of Alaska and Hawaii as states. And so with that monument on our place, we just decided to name our operation Center of the Nation Cattle Company.
It's Jeff's land around that, and that's where we came up with, they called that the Center of the Nation Butte, Center of the Nation Park, and that's where we came up with Center of the Nation Ranch.
The Smeenk family has a legacy of stewardship that goes back more than a century. Jeff is the fourth generation on the family ranch. Today, he works the land with help from his wife, Kim, and his parents, Steve and Kay. The family realized early on that improving the health of the soil and grass must be top priority to produce the highest quality beef.
I manage grass. You can have the best genetics in your cattle herd in the whole nation, but if you do not have grass, you can't raise any cattle on your place.
Stewardship is to build it up and make it better, and that's what we've been trying to do.
I believe cattle and a good, clean environment go together. I really think to manage these grasslands properly, they need to be grazed, and cattle are the best way, in my mind, to do it.
With 250 cow-calf pairs, their grazing plan was designed not only to benefit the cattle, but also birds. Jeff believes bird life can be a good indicator of range conditions and quality.
We're using birds as indicator species. I went to a Rocky Mountain Bird Observatory seminar a few years back, and just introduced me to the types of birds that we should be seeing out here.
Although green and lush now, this area of South Dakota is prone to drought, so the Smeenk family has worked hard to manage stocking rates and to make sure cattle always have access to water.
We put in water lines and water tanks, which kind of help it helps the pasture in that you can control your grazing more. You have water available, better water available, so cattle aren't staying right around the dams. You've got the water tanks, it's just better for the livestock. It spreads it out so they're not overgrazing in certain areas.
Always looking to adopt innovative conservation methods, the Smeenk family is also willing to share what they've learned with producers across the region.
For me, it's very important to share what I've learned, because that's how I started learning things, was going to seminars and going on ranch tours. I mean, it's a lifetime deal. I don't think you ever know enough.
Through the years, the Smeenks have worked hard to protect their resources while maintaining a sustainable operation to ensure their family ranch is around for generations to come.
It's a family organization, been going for so many years, and there's emotion tied up to it, and you're tied to the land, and you want to see that continue.
My hope for the future is that we can keep this ranch going and that our children will one day be able to walk on this land with their children.
I'm trying not to just look for the next generation for my kids. I'm trying to focus 3 or 4 generations down the line. So I'm really trying to focus for the next several generations. And hopefully, if my kids want to come back, hopefully we have a viable operation that they can come back to with lots of grass.
What a great story. Jeff, tell us a little bit about how you first got involved in the ESAP program.
Well, the stewardship program is a program that I've heard about for quite a few years and always greatly admired the families that were involved in this or nominated for it. And then basically South Dakota Cattlemen's nominated me a couple of years ago, and then we were fortunate enough to receive the regional award.
Well, it's got to be a huge, huge honor for you and your family. What has it meant to your family to be recognized as one of the regional winners?
Well, that's exactly right. It's just a huge honor, and just to be a part of such a important program is just it's just been phenomenal.
Why do you think this program or programs like this is so important to the cattle industry? And secondly, what would you say to other folks at home who may be like you relative to the Environmental Stewardship Award and some of these practices?
You know, I think the general public doesn't hear from us enough. I mean, we are the true environmentalists, and unfortunately they hear way too often from the extremist activist groups that have agendas that are against us. So I think we really need to start telling our story and let people know that we are here doing the right thing, protecting the environment for everybody. And I think it's vitally important to our industry to continue. So I would encourage everybody to get involved.
Well, congratulations again to you and your family. You're a wonderful, wonderful representative of our industry.
Well, thank you very much.
For more information on the Environmental Stewardship Award program, visit our website at cattlemantocattleman.org. And we'll be right back.